like around. Today. شعبان روز موعود It has been almost 2 months. 2 months that has passed Iran's election. Election that rose many questions. Election that made many people to open their eyes. But unfortunately, it closed many eyes as well.
قانونی که حالا خوب بعدیشو کار نداریم ولی حتی به قوانین خودشون اینا عمل نمی‌کنن. بنابراین من معتقدم که تظاهراتی که مردم در دنیا رو انداختن تأثیر خودش رو خواهد داشت و زعمای ایران تسلیم خواسته مردم خواهند.
It's for the Legislative Assembly.
In Brussels, in Tokyo, there's a couple of hundred in Tokyo, and it's not bad. Happening in over 100 cities around the world, you know, this is happening in Washington, D.C. today, the big way. It's Iranians as well, all around the world. And let's not lose sight of the significance of that, okay? We just zoom out a little bit. Because these are people around the world, Iranians from the Iranian diaspora, yes, and non-Iranians as well. Just like the political leaders we just heard from. Gathering together around the world to speak for a democratic, a free, and a beautiful Iran. Now, over the last 3 decades, Iran in the Western media hasn't exactly been a lovable creature. Nor have Iranians been portrayed fairly. We know this as Iranians. Between stereotypes about us being barbaric, terrorists, generalizations about the way the Iranian people are and the way that Iran, the country, in fact the Persian legacy is, have been very difficult to live through. You know, until I was in my late teens, I didn't even tell anybody I was Iranian, because, and both my parents are Iranian, because I grew up where I was growing up, there were no other Iranians, and I didn't want to be called a terrorist. So people would say, oh, Gian, that sounds kind of French, and I'd say, maybe it is. And then I started to realize that this isn't about what Iran is and what Iran has been and what the Iranian people are and what my family is. It's about ideas that have been imposed on what the Persian legacy is and what Iran has been. And let this be an opportunity around the world for a flowering, for fertile ground, for the real Iran to be seen, and the real Iranian people to be seen, the Iranian people of progressive ideas, the Iranian people of technological and scientific progress, the beautiful legacy of poetry from Iran, of dance, of literature, of music. That is the Iran we know. And that's the Iran people haven't been seeing. That's the Iran people haven't been seeing for years. Let this be an opportunity for an inspiration and an education about what Iran is. And it's a remarkable day. And it's just a stepping stone. It doesn't begin or end here. This is just one day. But it's remarkable what's happening around the world. And I think some of you probably get misty-eyed at the idea that people around the world are actually speaking up for Iranians. We're not used to this. Now, having said that, there are